So my dad grew up Catholic and my mom was the daughter of a Methodist minister. And so we started Methodist, and then my parents became disciples of Christ. And then when I was around 10 years old, I became a Quaker. And then my sister kind of became a Quaker, and then my brother became an atheist. My sister then married a Hindu, and who's also kind of Buddhist, so they raised their kids with Hindu and Buddhist traditions. So I started Methodist. I was in church and I was listening to the sermon, and I decided that I needed to find my own church. And I said, Mom, I need to find my own church. When I went to the Quaker faith, there's an hour of silence. And I just loved it. It was so quiet, and at the end of it, everybody shakes hands, and all these adults looked me in the eye, and I felt like I was being welcomed. And so I stayed, and I loved the Quaker faith a lot.
When she was in 5th grade and said, there's got to be something else besides this. And so we hit some different churches, and she was ready in the 5th grade to sit in a room of silence and pray. I'm sorry, for an hour. I didn't understand that one.
So then when I was 28, I had met Catholics in Mexico and had first practiced going to Mass in Mexico.
Now, I will tell you that when she became a Catholic, I talked with my pastor at that time, who was a woman, and I said, I don't understand why they're the same. How can she go from being a Quaker with nothing, no ritual, no liturgy, no nothing, to being Catholic with it's all liturgy? And she said, she didn't change. She found what fit. And it was like, oh, and the light came on. It fit.
We'd seen where she had been and what the impact of her meeting the sisters in Mexico and how that had changed where she was and what she was doing. And in certain ways, that continued what the social activism that she'd had both from us and as a Quaker.
When I told my parents that I was becoming Catholic, my dad, who had been Catholic and then had become another faith that he had raised me in, had kind of a little bit of a struggle with it. It's interesting, it was easier for them to accept that I was becoming a sister than that I was becoming Catholic. But they came to the convent and they met people, and when they met people and said, oh, these are real people, these are real people, and they are living faithful lives, and they seem joyful and they seem prayerful, and faith is such an important part to my parents in their own lives and in their own expressions. It really helped them to meet people.
I don't know that I noticed it when she was becoming Catholic, but when she'd made the decision, there was a light in her eyes.
I feel like we're very involved. A lot of times I'll take a walk and I'll put my headphones on and I'll talk to my dad as I go for a walk, and he says, okay, where are we walking today? And sometimes he'll look it up on a map and he'll follow me on the map as I walk. It's very sweet.